Friday, it's the 17th of September today, and with it being a Friday, it's my weighing day. So I am here to update my weight, explain how I've been getting on this week, and just how I'm getting on in my journey in general. So this week is very similar to last week in the sense that I had a planned off day, and just in terms of like how I'm feeling now, in terms to my sort of like overall effort and whatnot this week with losing weight. So like I said, I had a planned off date on Tuesday. I went to Manchester with my friend Roxy. She was actually invited to an event and I was her plus one, and we had a really great time. So we headed over there on Tuesday, and at the event we was like given sort of like an afternoon tea style thing. I had some vegetarian sandwiches, I had a few drinks and that kind of thing, and then after the event we did actually head out and we went to a few bars and we had the biggest catch up because we haven't seen each other in about 2 months. So yeah, just had general fun, and I didn't track because I didn't want to sort of like, I knew once I'd had a few drinks anyway, I probably wouldn't be bothered to do that. So I kind of just went with the intention of just trying to be as mindful as possible, but also not letting it ruin my experience all the time while I was there. So we had a few drinks, and then the next day we had a day just hanging out in Manchester and having some fun, and we went for some food. We went to Bill's and I had an avocado and halloumi burger with some fries. It was delicious. And then we had I think we had like a coffee in the morning, that kind of thing, and then when I came home I had a veggie Kiev and some chips. So in terms of like food and stuff this week, it, like I said, exactly the same as last week. Don't feel like I've made like my weight loss and stuff a priority this week, but then I did plan on not tracking in a sense. So yeah, and I guess over the last couple of days I've been sort of like really thinking about my journey and thinking about sort of what's been going on. I'm still in the mindset that I'm not making my weight loss a priority, and I think I have done over points of this journey so far. I really think I have dedicated myself to it. And it doesn't mean to say that I'm not committed. It just means I think I need a complete shift in mindset in order to get where I want to get. Now, I'm gonna do my weigh-in now, and then I think what I have to say will make more sense afterwards. So, this morning, I weighed in at, and this is where the news gets a little bit shitty. This morning I weighed in at 14 stone 5.2, which is a gain of 4.4 pounds. So I'm okay with it. I'm not like happy with it, but I'm not like really upset either. And when I say I'm not really upset, that's not me sort of like saying it's okay to gain weight or it's okay, the situation's okay, because it isn't. I'm just fine with it in a sense of last week I fully expected to have a gain. I didn't, but I think I kind of think I just expected myself to have a 1 or 2 pound gain, and I think I probably did, but for whatever reason it wasn't showing on the scale. And this week I kind of expected it as well. So I can't be mad at myself. I can't be mad at the scale for reflecting my effort, really, because I know that the food I've eaten this week and the food I ate last week wasn't going to help me lose weight. It wasn't gonna sort of aid my weight loss journey. I have been going to the gym. I think over the last 2 weeks I have been about 6 or 7 times. well, so this week so far I've been twice. I've done both of my week 3 C to 5k runs, and I'm planning on doing my 3rd run for this week tomorrow morning, which I will go do. But yeah, I have still been working out, and more days than not I have tracked, but just the food in general that I've been eating isn't going to help with my weight loss journey. So I'm not sort of like upset about it, because I can totally see why that's the result on the scale. I don't have any kind of excuse. If I'd have tried really hard every single day, and I had been on calorie every day, alongside my workouts and things like that, and then I would have stepped on the scale and I would have had a gain, I would have been upset about it, because it's not a true reflection. However, this time I can see why. So although I'm not happy about having a gain, I'm fine with it, because that's happened. There's nothing I can do to go back and change it. It's just what it is. And I feel like I'm in a good headspace to deal with it anyway. So that's that. Unfortunately, this week it's been a gain. So over the past couple of days, I have been sort of, well, more so yesterday, I've been thinking about my journey and thinking about my weight loss, and considering all the kind of like new information that I've gained over the last couple of months, and with my, you know, my illness and things like that. So I've just been kind of like reflecting on things and just like thinking about it. And kind of thinking about where I've been going wrong, because I think I have been going wrong in a couple of areas, despite my best efforts, because I'm not going to discredit that, because I've tried so hard, and I have, you know, stuck to calorie a lot of the time, and eaten really healthy a lot of the time, and worked out a lot of the time and things like that. But I think the area where I am mostly going wrong is I think I'm failing to recognize that I need to work on my mental sort of like approach to food, and why I'm here in the first place. And why I'm here in the first place is because I overeat. And that's just the simple fact of it. I overeat. I eat too much. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm on this weight loss journey, because I eat too much. And I think that's the essence of what I need to discover. I need to work on that. I need to work out, why do I do that? Why do I find it so much of a struggle to eat a normal portion of food, or not sort of like think about it so much? And I think I find a lot of my happy place is when I'm eating, or through through just food in general. And I think that's something that I really need to work on, and I need to try and find some answers to what's going on. I don't know that I will ever truly understand, but I think if I dedicate some of this journey, or a lot of it, to trying to work it out, I think that's where a lot of my success will come in general, because it's something that's always always been there. And I've mentioned this in a few other videos before, of like overeating as a child, comfort eating and things like that, and eventually it leading on to a binge eating disorder and whatnot. So I think I really do need to delve a little bit deeper into that and try and understand it. And in order to do this, I've started a couple of things. One of the things I've started is a nutrition course with the Open University that will give me more knowledge and understanding into what food is, what we need as humans, in terms of, if you're thinking of your body as a machine and you're fueling that machine, the most effective way to make it work. That's number one that I'm doing. One of the other things that I've considered is hypnotherapy. I think it would be interesting to explore what my subconscious feelings are surrounding food, and try and like peel all these layers off and get to that root cause of what's going on, and why I feel how I feel towards it. And I think if I can try and understand that and work on that, then there's some sort of hope for the future, because the very worst thing that could happen here is that I spend all my time and effort on losing this weight, don't work this problem out, and then just have this scenario over and over again, because whatever got me here in the first place will happen again, and then there we go. So I think that would really help. I'm also going to do some sort of self-CBT work to try and understand stuff. I'm just going to take action when I want to overeat. Maybe initially I will, and I'll write down my feelings and what I'm eating and why I want to do it and that kind of thing. I'm just basically going to implement as many things as I can to gain as much knowledge as I can, so that I can try and crack this, because I do think that is the main thing I should be focusing on, above everything else, above counting my calories, above the gym, above, you know, what I'm actually eating. I think that side of it, like the psychological side of why I'm overeating, or why I want to overeat, or why I, you know, think about food so much, or why it brings me so much happiness, why do I enjoy it so much. I feel like I need to work this out, and I think there's elements of it which is normal, and I know that there's elements of it which is abnormal as well, so that them abnormalities within surrounding food need to be addressed, and I think I'm starting to realise that. So that's where we're going to go. That's the direction that I'm going to take, and it doesn't necessarily mean to say that things are going to change here on my channel. I'm still going to be counting my calories, I'm still going to be going to the gym, I'm just also doing this other thing alongside it. Kind of see it as homework, if you will. I'm going to be doing things in the background. I mean, if it interests you, or you're somebody that also is kind of curious as to why you overeat, or why as humans some of us struggle with food, some of us don't, I find it quite fascinating personally as to why somebody can stop eating and they have this like this barrier that they can't go past, but yet some of us we can literally eat regardless of the amount of the quantity that we've had. We can carry on going if it's certain kinds of foods. I mean, if we only ate vegetables, I'm sure there'd be an element that we would stop, but you know, is there some chemical reaction in food that with some of us, when we have that chemical reaction, it's like addictive and we just can't stop? Do I need to remove that out of my diet in order to lose weight, because that's something that I can't control? It's something greater than my willpower can control, so should I just remove it completely? These are the things that I want to gain the answers to. So I'm going to sort of include it in my journey as part of like a discovery in a way. But if you're also interested, let me know in the comments, and I will maybe make regular uploads and videos about how I'm getting on with that and what I'm doing to try and find out and that kind of thing. But if you are just purely interested in sort of like the calorie counting, what I eat in a day, them kind of videos, also let me know too, and I'll gauge it, because I think it would be fascinating, but I don't really want to invest time and effort into filming it if nobody else is going to be bothered watching. So yeah, quite an interesting sort of like thought process. I definitely have this overwhelming feeling that I'm not making it a priority, and that upsets me, because I do want to I feel like I'm a stupid person. I think, like, you know, I am intelligent, and I can see like where I'm going wrong. So I'm trying to find this grey area as to why I can't implement what I know will make it right. But it's hard to do that. It's so difficult. And if only we knew, if only we had a little bit of these answers, then maybe it would make it less difficult. But that's what I think I'm gonna, well, that's the channel that I'm gonna go down now, the area that I'm gonna sort of like try and focus on. I also have a book, I can't remember, I will take a picture of it and send it here. I read it a couple of years ago and I remember finding it really fascinating. I might give that another read because it did help me for a time, but maybe I've just sort of like lost some of the practice of it. If you have any suggestions on documentaries, which I love stuff like this, like I literally live for it. Anything to do with like nutrition, the science behind sort of like food and why we eat what we eat, rather than why we should eat what we, you know, should eat. Anything to do with appetite, anything to do with emotional eating disorder. If you've ever watched, read, seen, listened to anything that's sort of like within that realm of interest, please give me recommendations in the comment, because Jim's going away for a few days next week, so I have the TV, books, and my time is at my disposal, and I want to use it really wisely and use the opportunity to sort of like binge watch some like really interesting things or read some really interesting things. So please do give me recommendations if you have them. If I come across anything and you are interested in knowing, like I said, let me know in the comments if you would like to see me do more about this topic on my channel, and I certainly will do it. Maybe if there's people out there that want to do a collaborative sort of discussion, if you come from, you know, childhood obesity and you are also trying to work out what, you know, why you did that over it as a child and things that have followed through into adulthood. I think it's a really sort of interesting topic, because there's a reason this happens to a lot of people, and there's many intelligent people out there that struggle with their weight. And not to discredit anybody, I'm not saying people are stupid if they gain weight or anything like that, but you know, I think when you understand sort of like the whole science behind it and know, you know, why you've gained weight but struggle to implement that, for me personally, I feel like I come across as a stupid person. Like I feel like people will see me out and about, or whether people in my personal life, I don't think any of my friends think like this, but certainly if I'm out and about, I definitely think that people would view me and think, well, you know, why isn't she doing something about her weight issue, or obviously she doesn't eat very well, or that kind of thing. So I just think that there must be more people out there that think and feel the same and just want to understand why it's so difficult, you know. And I know that this is a huge topic that we can all discuss and get involved in, and whether it's the food industry and manufacturing of foods, and has this happened because it's you know, a designed process? Who knows? Maybe we just literally need to cut the cord with any genetically modified food. Maybe that will work, I don't know, but obviously there's a whole psychological thing at play as well. So I just find it incredibly fascinating, and if you do too, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think a collaborative discussion would be interesting, if you want to get involved in it, and obviously all the other things that I've said. But in terms of this week, I am not happy with my progress still. I'm finding that I'm getting to Friday and sort of reflecting and being like, I could have been better in this area, this area, this area, and this area, and I'm not really feeling very proud of myself. The only thing that I can sort of give myself credit for is I'm here today, bearing all, as I do every Friday. I'm here, I'm being accountable still, and I'm gonna work it out regardless of how long it takes me. So I think going forward to next week, a few sort of like goals. They're very sort of like stripped back and bare, but I'm gonna take it right back to basics and stick to my calorie goal every day. I want to do at least 4 gym workouts a week, including my free runs of week 4 of C to 5K. I'd like to start implementing a nighttime routine where I do some sort of like maybe some yoga or something like that on an evening, just to boost my metabolism, whether I go on a bit of a walk and that kind of thing. I want to try and start eating earlier in the night time and having a longer period of fast during the night, because I think that will benefit and help my gut and my digestive system. There's a lot going on in my head about what I want to do. I need to sit down over this weekend, structure it, write it down and make it happen, because while it's all just static things going on in my head, there's a quote that is it a dream without a goal is just a wish. So you can have a dream, you know, I want to lose weight, I want to own a Ferrari, I want to buy a house, and saying it is just words, it's just that, but actually putting it into action is a plan, and you will eventually, if you stick to it, you will eventually get there. But you're just wishing it to be if you don't sort of action it. So I think I need to start actioning a lot of these things that I want to do, and maybe I'll start getting a bit further. But I think I'm going to leave it there for today because I've rambled on for long enough already. I am planning on doing many more what I eat in a day videos and sort of like weight loss vlogging over the next coming week. I always did anticipate that the beginning half of September wasn't going to be too fantastic just because of what I had going on. So I'm really going to dedicate myself to this next half of September and see if I can really make September count. If you've got to this stage in the video, pop me a muscle in the comments, because we're all super strong and we can do whatever we set our minds to, and within a bit of time and a bit of effort and a bit of redirection, I'm sure I will get there. So here's to making things priority, guys. Here's to making it happen. I'm gonna go now because I've got a lot of work to do. I've got the house to tidy, and yeah, I've got things to plan. But thank you so much for watching today's video and sticking by me. You really don't know what it means to me to have you all on this journey, supporting me and keeping me here every week. I noticed that there's just over 400 subscribers now. That's crazy. Thank you so much everybody who's clicked that subscribe button and are supporting me along this journey. So until next time, which hopefully will be soon, stay happy, healthy and well.